How are you with the process of negotiation? I hope you realize that most clients will try to negotiate at some point, and I want you to be ready. Life is really all about negotiating every day, all day long, with different things that go on in your world. Now, when it comes to business, negotiation is part of it. So let's teach you a little bit about the art of negotiation. I'm Nancy Ganzikoffer. I am a business coach and life coach to interior designers and other creative entrepreneurs like coaches and consultants. And I want to teach you how to be a better negotiator and how to get rid of the fear. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you will get notified of future videos. Now, let's talk about why people get so uptight about negotiating, right? I think the biggest thing is that we put so much emotion on it. Like when someone's negotiating with us, we take it very personally. Now, I want you to learn how to take the emotion out of a negotiation by, number one, expect it. Expect people to negotiate. It's okay. They're allowed to ask. That doesn't mean that you have to make a concession. And that's sort of part of this whole taking emotion out of it. If you make a decision in advance as to whether you're going to negotiate, whether you have any leeway in your pricing that still keeps you profitable, then that's up to you. You can have that in the back of your head, willing to do it. But if you're negotiating out of fear for losing the job, well, then you might want to get on my calendar, because we have to dig down into why you are so emotionally attached to the outcome of every single negotiation. We all want to get business, but I don't want you to have so much emotion involved in a negotiation that you end up not making what you need to make it worthwhile. That's a lot of makes. But does it make sense to you? Now, after you've taken a little emotion out of it by digging into why you maybe feel so emotionally attached to when someone's negotiating with you, and you may be taking it too personally, the next thing I want you to do is make it a game. Make it an interesting study in human behavior, right? How does a person negotiate? What words are they using? How does it make you feel? And is it an opportunity for you to actually turn it around and show your value more than you've shown it up till that point? Because sometimes when someone's negotiating, it's because they don't really feel the value of what you're providing. So you want to revisit that for sure. I remember when I was getting married many moons ago, and I'm since divorced, but I wanted my mother to get her hair done and her nails done, just like the rest of the bridal party. And my mother was like, no, I've always done my hair on my own, and I've always done my nails on my own. And I thought, okay, you've never been to a hair salon. True story, by the way. Never been to a nail salon. But now's the time. Now's the perfect time to give something a try. So there was this whole negotiation involved with my mom of how it made me feel to have her do it along with the wedding party. And in the end, I studied the way she went through her decision-making process. Like, it's uncomfortable for her. She's never paid anyone to do this stuff, but it was important to me, and she understood the value of it. So we got her to do it. And by the way, in the end, she was thrilled with how her hair and her nails turned out. But in the end, she said, yeah, I should have done it myself. But the process of negotiating with my mom on how to get her to move from, no, I don't need to do this, I've never done it before, to getting it done with the rest of us was a real study in human behavior for me when I was 24 years old. Ever since then, I've really been interested in how you get a person from point A to point B. And you got to kind of make it fun, because if you don't make it fun, it feels like a chore, and it feels too emotional, and it feels too heavy. So make it a game. What can you see from that person that allows you to make them understand your value when you're negotiating with them? I know you can do it. And one other thing I want you to think of, when you were younger and your parents gave you chores, didn't you negotiate your way out of them sometimes? Think about the skills we're actually born with. When you're a kid, sometimes it's fun to see what you can get away with. It's all part of negotiating. So think back to how you did it then and start getting into that negotiation mindset again. You're going to be very shocked, I think, when you start to actually observe how many interactions in your day are actually negotiations. So start being observant so that you can make it fun and make it a little game and see how you do. The other huge mistake people make when they're negotiating is going too far down the sales road, per se, right? If I'm negotiating right now just for getting you guys on my calendar for a consult, I should just be focusing on the value of a consult. In the case of me, it's going to give you more confidence. We're going to be able to hammer out your pricing, your service models, all within one session. What can you do for somebody in your consult? What is actually the end result? Just focus on keeping them in the moment and your current pricing, not how much you charge with the next step or how much it could possibly cost them if they go down the road with you through a service model that you don't even know if they need yet until you meet with them with the consult. So part of the art of negotiation is keeping a person in the moment. I find so many people have verbal diarrhea on, well, and then once I do the consult, these will be all the possibilities you have, and this is how much it could cost you. Why are you telling them all this now? Because they're asking? That could be one reason, but I can also teach you how to keep them in the moment and how to just let them know that quoting on the spot over the phone without actually seeing the full job is never a good idea. So don't let someone negotiate with you on your pricing when you really don't have all the information you need to do the pricing. Don't let them pressure you into it. If you find you're constantly being pushed in a negotiation to a spot that you agree to that you end up being uncomfortable with, I want you to investigate your money story a little bit. This was an exercise from Tony Robbins years ago that I had done, which asked me some really key questions about what I thought about people with money, stories I learned about money as I was growing up, and it was really life-changing for me and for so many people who I've taught this exercise to. So we've attached the video on the money story, and I think it's going to help you a lot. So make sure you watch that. Now, how do you set yourself up for a successful negotiation? Number one, it takes building your confidence a little bit before you go in. So what do I want you to do? I want you to read your past testimonials. I want you to read messages from clients that have thanked you in the past. I want you to do a power pose and stand there tall for 2 minutes and go, you know what? I'm ready for this. And I am not going to let someone make me feel that my value is less than it actually deserves to be. Understand your pricing. Talk to people who have pumped you up in the past and support you so you can set yourself up for the negotiation with the confidence you need before you get to the next step, which is removing the emotion from it. Let's talk about that. Now, having really clear and concise communication is always the first step. So I tell everyone to make sure that you know how to describe your value. So I have an exercise called Your Business in Words. It's sort of like an elevator pitch, but it's so much more. It's part of how you can get clarity on what you do, how you do it, how you help people. Exactly how to explain in a clear, concise way your value. And understanding your value, taking the emotion out, getting prepared is all part of a successful negotiation. I know you can do it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'll be back with more videos to help you grow a profitable business that you love. Because that's the goal, isn't it? Always. Bye.